Hello, friends. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to tell you a very special story. It's a long, emotional, and unforgettable journey. So sit back, relax, and let your heart take this journey with us. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Day We Met. It was a bright summer morning. The sky was blue and clear, and birds chirped happily in the trees. I was walking home from school, my bag heavy but my steps light. I never expected that this day would change my life forever. As I passed the old bakery at the corner of the street, I heard a soft sound, a whimper, almost like a cry for help. I stopped and looked around. The sound came again. Curious, I stepped closer to the overgrown bush beside the bakery. I bent down and gently pushed the branches aside. There, shivering and dirty, was a tiny puppy. His fur was golden brown, matted with mud. His eyes were wide and full of fear. He looked hungry, weak, and alone. I slowly reached out my hand. He hesitated, then licked my fingers gently. That small lick felt like the beginning of something special. I picked him up and said softly, "Don't worry, little guy. I'll take care of you." I named him Bruno, right there. Chapter 2. Bringing Bruno Home. With Bruno wrapped in my school sweater, I walked quickly home, hoping my mother would understand. When I reached the doorstep, I took a deep breath and called out, "Mama!" She came to the door and gasped when she saw the puppy. I quickly explained what had happened. At first, she was unsure, but seeing how small and weak Bruno was, her heart softened. She brought a bowl of warm milk and an old blanket. Bruno drank the milk eagerly. I gave him a bath in a tub with warm water. He splashed around, and for the first time, I saw his tail wag. That night, I made a small bed beside mine. Bruno curled up and fell asleep. I stayed awake for a long time, listening to his soft breathing. I felt safe and happy. I had found my best friend. Chapter 3. Learning Each Other. Bruno and I became best friends quickly. He followed me wherever I went. In the mornings, he waited by the door while I got ready for school. In the afternoons, he jumped and licked my face the moment I returned. We learned each other's habits. I learned that he loved to chase butterflies and bark at birds. He hated the sound of thunder and would hide under the bed when it rained. I taught him to sit, stay, and fetch. He taught me patience, joy, and the meaning of true friendship. People in the neighborhood started calling us the inseparable pair. Bruno even became a part of our cricket team as the cheerleader who ran after every ball. Chapter 4. Trouble at School. One day at school, a few boys made fun of me. They laughed at my clothes and my old backpack. I felt ashamed and humiliated. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I came home, dropped my bag, and sat on the steps, feeling tears in my eyes. Bruno came running, jumped on me, and began licking my face. His warm eyes looked at me with so much love that I couldn't help but smile. I told him everything. He listened silently, resting his head on my lap. In that moment, I realized that Bruno didn't care about my clothes, my bag, or anything else. He loved me exactly as I was. Chapter 5. A Big Adventure. During winter break, I got an idea. Let's go exploring, I thought. Bruno wagged his tail, ready for the journey. I packed some snacks, water, and my old compass. We went into the forest behind our house. At first, it was exciting. We saw animal footprints, a tiny waterfall, and even found a broken treehouse. But after a while, I realized we were lost. The forest looked the same in every direction. I started to panic. Bruno sensed it. He began barking and leading me through the trees. I followed him, trusting his instincts. After walking for hours in the growing darkness, we finally saw the lights of a distant house. We had found the main road. We were safe. I hugged Bruno tightly, tears of relief in my eyes. Chapter 6. The Lost Dog. One day, Bruno disappeared. I had gone to school, and when I came back, he wasn't there. I searched everywhere, calling his name in the park, behind the bakery, even near the school playground. No Bruno. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking of all the bad things that could happen. 2 days later, just before sunset, I heard a familiar bark. I rushed to the door, and there he was. Bruno, dirty and tired, but safe. I hugged him and cried. My parents said maybe he went looking for me. I believe he was trying to understand the world I came from. Chapter 7. The Sick Days. Bruno fell sick. He stopped eating, didn't bark, and barely lifted his head. We rushed him to the vet. They said it was a virus and he needed rest and care. I sat beside him every night, reading him stories and holding his paw. I gave him medicine and tried to make him comfortable. I even gave him my favorite blanket. Slowly, day by day, he got better. The day he wagged his tail again, I jumped with joy. It was like sunshine had returned to our house. Chapter 8. Our Secret Spot. There was a quiet lake not far from our house. Bruno and I found it during one of our walks. It became our secret place. We would sit under a big tree and watch the water. I'd throw stones and watch them skip. I talked about everything, my dreams, fears, and plans. Bruno would just listen. That spot became our world, away from everything. Chapter 9. Growing Together. As years passed, Bruno and I grew up together. I became a teenager and he grew older. His fur turned lighter and he didn't run as fast. But he still waited for me every day. He still looked at me with the same love. I realized that Bruno was more than a dog. He was my family. He was there during my ups and downs, always loyal, always kind. Chapter 10. Saying Goodbye. One morning, Bruno didn't wake up. He lay there peacefully like he was dreaming. My heart broke into pieces. We buried him under the tree at our secret spot by the lake. I planted sunflowers there, his favorite. Every Sunday I go there. I talk to him just like I used to. I know he's listening. Chapter 11. Bruno's Gift. After Bruno passed, I started writing more. I wrote stories about our adventures. One story was published in our school magazine. People laughed, cried, and said they felt like they knew Bruno. I realized that Bruno had given me a gift, not just love, but a voice, a purpose, a way to share feelings and memories through words. Chapter 12. Bruno lives on. Now I'm a grown-up. I write books. People know me as a storyteller, but I always say, my first story, my best story, was about a golden brown puppy with big eyes and a bigger heart. Bruno. Even though he's gone, he lives on in my words. He lives in every story I tell. Because Bruno and me is not just a title, it's a journey, a friendship, and a love that changed my life forever. Thank you so much for listening to this emotional story of Bruno and me. If this story touched your heart, if you smiled or cried even once, then please show your love and support. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe for more beautiful stories. Your love keeps us going. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.